Hello and welcome to another video on my YouTube channel. My name is Joris and today I'm here with an update on my Yuh-portfolio for June in 2026. It's with the prices of the 26th of June on Friday evening, and on that time I had 5,559.23 Swiss francs on my Yuh account. So it is up slightly this past month, and that's all thanks to Bayer that went up like crazy after the news that the Supreme Court ordered in their favor or ruled in their favor concerning the Roundup cases from Monsanto. And yeah, that's great news, of course. So the price went through the roof, and all the buys that I did in the past few months, everybody believed that I was crazy that I kept on buying Bayer, but it pays off. And now I'm adding to the two big losers in my Yuh-portfolio, Volkswagen and BKW. Volkswagen kept on going down this past month, so you will see later in the video by how much. But there was also a leak from a meeting of the board of Volkswagen where they actually spoke about the fact that they are going to eliminate 50,000 jobs more here in Europe. That's really unfortunate news. So I'm not investing into Volkswagen because I think that's a good thing. No, I think that is just a good decision by Volkswagen to go along with the trend that is going on in the car industry. So they have to do it because otherwise they are going to go, bankrupt. And when they go bankrupt, all the jobs in Germany, in the rest of Europe, are going to be lost. So it's better to lose 100,000 jobs than to lose all the jobs here in Europe. Unfortunately, working forces here in Europe, they cost a lot of money compared to, that's a really important thing to say, to China and India, where the workforces that you need to pay are way cheaper. But the good news is there the wages of those workers are moving upwards faster and faster and faster. So that's the good news. It's good news for the people working in India and China, of course, because they deserve to be paid more. And it's also good news for the workforce here in Europe because when the rates are going up there, the price pressure and the pressure for eliminating jobs here in Europe is going to decrease in the coming years, in the coming decades. Of course, that's already being said for a lot of years, and the thing is also you have to be aware that when you have a price increase of 10% in wages for people in India and they earn 500 euros, it goes to 550. When you have people working here in Europe and they earn 3,000 euros a month brut and it goes up 10%, that is 3,300. But here it doesn't go up 10%, it goes up 2%, but that's still 60 euros. And 50 euros compared to 60 euros, yeah, it's still a disadvantage for the European worker then, even though the wages only go up with 2%. But those 10%, it's going to continue, and you know the compound effect. Once they reach 1,000 euros, then it's going to be 100 euros that they earn more year after year, and 100 euros is bigger than 60 euros. So one day the increases will become bigger and bigger and bigger compared to the European workforce, and then you will see the shift happening again, and people at the executing level will think about the cost of transporting everything to Europe, where a lot of cars are being bought as well. So it's always double. But let's go to the quadrants because that's a really a long intro for this video. So I hope you stick with me, and let's go to the quadrant overview. The good thing about these videos is I also add the timestamps, so you can already skip all my blabbering. So the quadrants overview. The buyable shares, the 5 buyable shares are Volkswagen, BKW, Swiss Re, BASF, and Shell. So BKW and Shell moved to the buyable section, and BKW is now with 15.62 PE compared to a limit of 17 PE for me. And you will notice that my earnings per share is 8.72 compared to a lower number on Yahoo Finance. But I believe that the write-offs for the coal plant in Germany shouldn't be included in the earnings per share. That's just a accounting trick. So for me, I'm calculating the real price earnings of BKW to see whether or not they have a lower PE than what I'm thinking about. So they are below 17, and that's why I bought them this month. Volkswagen is already here for a long time, and even though there is bad news for the working force here in Europe, I still believe that Volkswagen is one of the best car manufacturers in the world. It's the biggest one still. BYD is, of course, a big company as well, but there are a lot of complaints about BYD now rising. So when you read about their software and stuff and their cars, they are negative things arising. So that can be a good thing for Volkswagen, but BYD is, yeah, it's a great company as well. So you have to have competition, and competition keeps you on your toes. And I believe that Volkswagen is facing a lot of troubles, but they will face them in the right way. And then when they, yeah, when they arise victorious, you will see that Volkswagen is going to go up to 200 euros again per share, and it can last for 2, 5, 10 years even. But I'm in it for the long run, so I'm not worried at all. Then buyable but needs to drop. It's still the same 5 stocks. So you have Nestle, which is at 20.72, DHL, which is at 16.56. Then you have Logitech at 21.63. Then you have Holcim at 21.95, and Siemens, which went up actually the past month a lot, and now is at 27.03 PE. Then the buyable but you have here, you have ENG at 12.54. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to buy shares when it was trading at about 10.50. It didn't drop further, and yeah, I missed it. Buyer moved over from the buyable to the buyable but section, and that's just because now with the announcement of the court ruling in the favor of buyer, yeah, you see that the price shot up again a lot, and that's why I think it's a bit too expensive right now to my likings, and I will leave it there until I see a real improvement in the earnings per share, because now this needs to improve for sure. Then we have PSPN with 20.81. We have AB InBev, which is actually up quite a lot as well in the past month. So it's over 70 euros right now. You know that my price for buying AB InBev is around 54 euros. And yeah, with a price of 72, it's quite nice to see, of course. When they approach around 100 euros, I will sell. That's something you can know. but yeah, that's still a long way to go. But it's possible, and when it occurs, I will sell AB InBev and then wait until it comes down again. And then we have AXA at a price of 12.51. Now it's actually more expensive than Swiss Re. I was really doubting about buying Swiss Re, so probably next month I will buy Swiss Re again, together with Shell or something like that. Maybe even another share of Volkswagen, but let's wait and see. And in the buyable and not buyable section, it's still the same shares. And then a real disappointment for me, AD Deleuze, so Ahold Deleuze, it isn't on you anymore. So there is, yeah, it's just not possible for me to buy it anymore. Okay, it's still too expensive, 14.10 PE, and it needs to be below 12.5. But they added SpaceX, and yeah, what am I with SpaceX? It's way too expensive, and then I can't find Koninklijke Ahold Delhaize anymore. So I'm really disappointed in you right now. So yeah, it's the way it is, of course. SAP came down even more in the past month. So now it's at 21.61 PE. So it's getting closer and closer. And when it reaches the level of 20, I won't buy Volkswagen, BKW, Swiss Re, BASF of Shell. I will buy SAP, and I will put it in the place of Infineon. Because Infineon with a PE of 97.02, that's just crazy. I I don't understand it, but okay. I'm not investing into Infineon at a PE of 97.02. Some people of you following me are doing that, but definitely not me. And which one did I buy? Volkswagen and BKW, of course, I already said it. And these are the prices at which I did it, at 137.5 for BKW. I still get the trading credit reduction next month as well, normally. And then my 3 months are up, and then it's bye-bye with the rest of the 50 Swiss francs that I received as trading credit. But it's nice to only pay 0.10 Swiss francs. And that's also a great plus for buying one share of Volkswagen, because then I'm still well below 1% of costs, because I don't need to pay the €1 trading credit, uh, trading commission, because I have the trading credit reducing it with 1. So that's a great thing. I'm really happy about receiving the 50 Swiss francs of trading credit, and I'm happy to use just a fraction of it. And yeah, not complaining at all. So let's go see at the Yahoo website for BKW what it did in the past month. So in the past month, it is down 7.15%. And if you look at the news, there is no extra news. For the past 3 months, there is no extra news. And the biggest news that it announced in the past year, in fact, is the fact that they had to write off a lot of money for the coal plant that they have in Germany that was going to make less profit in this year. So they already made the write-off. And yeah, if you look at the electricity prices in the past month, there are a lot of trading opportunities for BKW, and I believe that BKW is really well positioned to profit from those price fluctuations. So in that regard, I still believe in BKW. They also have a great infrastructure. They are constantly increasing their production. They buy colleagues in the sector. So I believe one day they will announce a takeover of a great company somewhere in Europe. that adds great value to their company that they already have. And then you will see that Bayer is going up very fast. So while I can, I'm picking up extra shares. And then, of course, Volkswagen this past month down 18.41%. That's just crazy. But yeah, Volkswagen may cut 100,000 jobs in brutal reset. Nobody as an investor wants to hear that your company is going to reorganize. That costs a lot of money always. It's bad for the people working for the company because they get demotivated as well. So it's not great, but it's something that Volkswagen needs to get through. And in down periods, you have to profit to pick up extra shares, and that's exactly what I'm doing. So you can click on these things. I like the ones from Bloomberg, The Street, and Simply Wall Street. Sometimes you have to click through, and sometimes when it says premium, don't click on it. It's really annoying. You only get the intro, and then you have to click through to a paying wall. And no, don't do that. But click always on the links that don't have the premium mark, and read the news of your company there. But the green light, the star on the heaven for us is Bayer. So up 24.27% in the past month. When you look at the price here, it was 34.10, even 32.96 on the lowest on the day, and now it is trading at 47 euros. So that is incredible, and that's all thanks to the fact that the Supreme Court in America made a decision about the lawsuits of Roundup. They ruled in favor of Bayer Monsanto, and yeah, that's really good news. And on Thursday it surged 17%, and then on Friday it even continued its surge further. So when you look at the past the past one day or the past 5 days, the surge happened actually in the past week. So this made that my portfolio was in the green for the month of June. I need to click on this one, yes. And when you look at here, I deposited 200 Swiss francs as usual on the 25th, in the morning of the 25th. So in total now I have deposited 4,900 Swiss francs on my Yuh account. And on my Yuh account right now I have 5,559.23 Swiss francs. Here you can see all the transactions. And of the 78.67 euros, I only had to pay 55.70 euros. You will see in a minute why. And on my Yuh account, on my pay account, I have 59.57 Swiss francs left, which is great news, because then when SAP comes down to a P of 20, I will be able to buy SAP for sure with my extra 200 Swiss francs deposited. So 59.57 Swiss francs in cash on my Yuh account. And of course, the Swiss coins, when we buy stuff, we still get 5 Swiss coins. So BKW made us receive 5 Swiss coins extra, Volkswagen as well. So now I have 440 Swiss coins. Sadly enough, the price is now stable for a long time. In previous videos, I already explained why. And this means that I have 9.34 Swiss francs on my Swissquote account in Swiss coins. And here you have the final overview of my performance of the past month. So the cash position 59.57 Swiss francs. I have invested so far with the costs, exchange costs, and reinvested dividends altogether 5,103.85 Swiss francs. My investments are worth 5,499.66 Swiss francs. The stocks are worth 5,490.32, and the crypto, the Swiss coins, are worth 9.34. And the current profit and loss on the stocks is a profit of 386.47 Swiss francs. That's a plus of 7.57%. And that's an increase of 34.36 Swiss francs in the past month. And mostly thanks to the fact that Bayer went up with almost 25% in the past week. The total profit loss on the deposit amount is 6,500. Six, it's not 6,500, unfortunately not, but 659.23 Swiss francs, and that's a plus of 13.45%. And of that, 26.26% comes from the dividends, and the rest, 73.74% or 486.09 Swiss francs, comes from price appreciation. And here you can see why I didn't have to pay the full price of Volkswagen from my Swiss francs, because I received 6 dividends of 5.2 euros each of Volkswagen, and in total this gave me, without the tax which is withheld in Germany, of 22.97 euros. I could reclaim 3.28 Swiss francs, but it's a too low amount to do it, because you need at least 100 Swiss francs to receive it back, unfortunately. So yeah, I will keep adding to Volkswagen and the other stocks so that I have on one time more than enough Swiss francs to reclaim, and then I will do it for sure. And here you can see an overview of all the future dividends that I can expect next year. And now I'm at 193.73 Swiss francs. Unfortunately, the euro amount came down a bit because Volkswagen, even though I have one share extra, the dividend that they paid out came down from 630 to 520 euros a share. So I still have less euros coming in from 7 shares of Volkswagen compared to the 6 shares of Volkswagen with 6.30 euros a share. And BKW, luckily, they paid out a little bit more last month, so there it's 3.80 per share, and that's why, with the conversion rate, also with the fact that the euro went up a little bit, it's still a higher amount than last month in total expected dividend for next year, 193.73 Swiss francs, which means that I have a current yield of 3.53% and yield on cost of 3.80%. And then we can go to the Getquin website and see on how it is going now. So I have to click on this one. So always go to portfolio value. I will put it on max, so you can see that it's still increasing the difference here. So really happy about that. And Bayer still went up on Friday a little bit, and then yeah, but it's only 1% because it continued on Thursday evening on the American stock exchange, of course, and then when it opens in the morning and you have already 7% price increase during the night on Getquin, you don't get that 7% increase on Friday because the price was already predicted to be 7% higher. That's something that maybe they should change on Getquin, but in the end result is the same. I have now a position of 560.25 Swiss francs in Bayer, and I only invested 454.07 Swiss francs in Bayer up till now. So when you look at max, I'm up 106.17 Swiss francs without dividends, that is. So I already received dividends from Bayer as well. It's not a lot, but every few cents count. And here now you have the max, and there you can see that for BKW I'm down 6.50% on my U account, and for Volkswagen I'm down even 20.25%. And as I said, I'm adding to the losers because I still believe in them. If I wouldn't have believed in the fact that Volkswagen will turn around in the long term, I wouldn't have bought more. I would just have kept the ones that I have, maybe even sold. But yeah, that's just hypothetical because yeah, Volkswagen. I like it so much. I like driving with Volkswagen or Volkswagen engines because now I drive with a Ford with a Volkswagen engine. And yeah, what's not to like about cars from Volkswagen? They are just great. And a Tourneo with a family with 3 kids, yeah, it's a fantastic car. And here you can see the prediction for 2027 in dividends, 200.99 Swiss francs, which means that we are over the amount that we contribute each month then in dividends for the year, which means that next year I can expect to receive an extra month in dividends for investing towards my Yuh-portfolio. And that after only investing since 2024 in September. So yeah, it's a great feeling. And I hope that you are following along with this journey. Not everybody is showing this with only increments of 200 Swiss francs additions every month to their portfolio and how it is going. So I want to show you that it is possible and that you can get a nice return. So total return so far 720.22 Swiss francs. Yeah, I'm still not premium on Getquin after making all these good comments about Getquin that I like the things and stuff. So sometimes I hope that Getquin notices and gives me premium, but on the other hand, it's also nice to let you show what you get and what you don't get when you don't have premium. So dividend yield would be nice to see that. It's not that hard. You just have this number divided by your total amount in your portfolio. So why they don't give you this number, that's beyond my imagination. And yield on cost, that's something else. You have to do a little bit more effort to calculate that if you want to do it yourself. Here, of course, because you have the invested capital here, you just have to divide this number by this and you have your yield on cost. So it's stupid that they don't give those numbers, but yeah, that's just my personal opinion. And let's go back to the presentation because that's all I've got for you right now. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hit that like button as well. That helps out my channel enormously. With that being said, thank you for watching and see you on the next one on my YouTube channel. Bye.